let's get started. I'm like totally disorientated today, so I apologize if this video is completely out of place. But I'm gonna get started by priming my face using the Smashbox primer. I don't really know if I like this. I don't think it does a lot for my skin. I think it just kind of creates kind of a filter between my face and the foundation, which is quite good, I guess, but I don't feel like it actually does anything extraordinary. And I'm just gonna let this sit a little bit, and I'm gonna do my eyebrows in the meantime. So I'm gonna be using the Studio Sculpt by MAC. I'm using 2 shades today because I just think that's the best way for me to match myself. I'm using NC37, which is a warm toned, and more warm toned, and then we have NC25, which is quite light. And when I mix these together, it creates a perfect match for me. I'm gonna actually try and apply it with my buffer brush from Real Techniques. I'm not sure if this is gonna look good because I don't know how it's gonna look. I'm sorry, the sun is like in my face, so I am gonna be squinting a little bit. So I just like to apply it first from on my face with my fingers, and then I'm gonna try blending it out with this buffer brush. The only reason I think this wouldn't work is because this foundation is quite thick, but let's try. I haven't used this buffer brush in a really long time, so... Oh, the sun is coming out. I don't really think I like applying it with this. I'm just gonna use my little sponge from Real Techniques. I know this is getting boring. I use this in almost all my videos, but it's because I like it so much for applying foundation that I just want people to buy it and experience the same as me. So as I said, I'm a little bit on the fence of this foundation because I really like the way it looks on photos, but the problem is it really just irritates me because it isn't full coverage. So I really feel like it doesn't cover as well as I'm used to. I'm really used to the Estee Lauder. I'm used to the double wear. I'm used to like the True Match, which I feel like covers a lot better than this, but this is more of a medium to light coverage, which is fine. I'm actually not gonna apply my under eye concealer yet because I want to do my eyes before that, but what we're gonna do is actually just set the face using the same as I always do, my powder brush from e.l.f. and my Studio Fix powder in NC35. And I'm just gonna set the rest of my face and just kind of avoid the places where I'm gonna highlight. I love to use this powder with this foundation because it just adds that coverage that I'm really lacking. And I'm actually gonna apply some on my lid just to make sure it's not too oily. And I'm priming my face with the same, as always, Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. As you guys can see, I've been using the LORAC Pro Palette for a lot of things, and it's just because I think it's a really versatile palette. I think it's a great palette if you guys don't want to splurge on a lot of eyeshadows and you just want to have the good basic eyeshadows. That's why I love it so much, and that's why I use it so much. And I'm actually going to be using it today because I am recreating a look from a picture that I posted some time ago, and I really love that look, so I really wanted to recreate. So I'm going to be using the LORAC Pro, and what we're going to start with is we're going to take taupe. Taupe is the perfect transition color for me. I use it for every eye look that I have. I just take taupe, and sometimes I use mauve as well because I like mauve, but we're just gonna apply that straight into the crease here, hoping that you guys can see well. And just make sure you create a nice little transition shade. It's gonna help everything blend together a lot nice. And we're gonna go straight into the main color, which is Slate. Slate is like a bluish gray, and I love this color so much. And we're gonna apply that. Make sure that you tap off the excess because it does tend to shed a little bit. And we're applying that on our lid. And yeah. There's nothing really to explain. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out kind of how I want my tutorials to be. It's kind of hard when you're a new YouTuber to kind of figure out a different kind of unique way to do your tutorials because everything has really been out there, so it's really hard to be different, but it's just all about trial and error, trial and error. So as you guys can see, this is the reason I don't apply my concealer yet, because it's gonna be fallout for sure. We're gonna go in with a nice blending brush like this, and we're gonna take Sable. And Sable is also another favorite from this palette. I think people know that because I've been using it in all my tutorials. But these colors together is just a really, really nice match. and I've always loved gray, like warm tones and cold tones together, so I do really like this combo a lot. So I'm kind of using, as you guys can see, this is the Real Techniques Ingold blending brush, and I kind of use the tip of it to get in my crease. Here comes the sun. We're back. Sorry, I was having huge problems with the sun. So we're just gonna take this blending brush. This is the EB09 from Sedona Lace, and we're just gonna blend that. And I don't have any product on the actual brush. I'm just blending out what we have done here first, so that we can also apply a lot more color. So we're gonna go back into that little color here and take Sable and just apply some more. Just really building up that color really slowly. Okay, so we're gonna take that color and we're gonna apply that in our outer corner here. Nothing too heavy, but just kind of darken up that outer corner a bit. You can barely, I'm not even defining it, I'm just kind of darkening it up here. And then we're gonna go in with that clean brush and we're gonna clean it up. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take another shadow, and this is from another palette because I kind of want a little bit more orange. I'm gonna take this shadow from the NYX Love in Paris palette. I'm gonna take this one right here, which is a bit orange, and I'm applying that into the crease as well, just to make it a little bit nice and orange here. Then for the bottom lash line, we're gonna take Sable, and we're just gonna apply Sable right in here and make it really nice and smoky. And I'm bringing it quite far down. And we're actually gonna take that brush we used to blend out our crease, and we're gonna apply that in there. You can take a little bit more of Slate, the kind of grayish blue, and we're gonna just intensify this color here a bit. Nothing exciting. Oh, and then we're gonna take Cream, which is a really nice color, which I love to use under my brow bone. I'm just gonna apply that under the brow bone. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of white and apply that in the inner corner. And the sun came right in time because I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna do the other eye, so be right back. And we're back. I'm just gonna be doing my eyeliner now. I did clean up my under eyes using a wet wipe. I'm gonna be using my INGLOT liner in the color 77, which is the black color, and I'm using this Maybelline gel liner. What we're gonna do is just make a really thick and hefty liner. We're gonna pull out the line like that, and then we're gonna, maybe I should zoom in a bit more. Ooh. Then we're gonna connect it with our lash line like so. It is not difficult, it's all about practice. Everyone always asks me, how do you do your liner so easily? It's because after a while you aren't scared to do it anymore. You just get it done. And isn't this you guys' favorite part, when your wings don't match? That's so much fun. We're also gonna go in with a black liner. I'm using Engraved by MAC, and we're gonna tight line. Go offline, and I'm gonna do my mascara, and I'm gonna apply some lashes. These are the Clean & Color Sociable Alice lashes. These are my favorite lashes at the moment. They were super inexpensive, and I don't know where to find them anymore because I went to a beauty event and that's where I got them. So I'm a little bit sad because I really want to find them, but I have 2 more pairs of these, so I'm hoping I can make do with those. So I'll be right back and when I have these on. So I've applied these lashes now, and I did go in with my NYC liquid liner just to hide the lash band a little bit, and I did decide to extend the wing a little bit more just so it can show through the lashes. And what we're gonna do now is we're going to do our face. So first we're gonna highlight using our Maybelline Fitme concealer. This is in the color 15. And I'm just applying that in a triangular form under my eyes just to highlight and conceal. And this is my favorite concealer right now because I run out of my MAC Pro Longwear, but this is a really good alternative to that. It's not as covering as the MAC Pro Longwear, but it does really moisturize the under eye area and it highlights really well. And then I go in with my, if I can find it, with my Miracle Sponge by Real Techniques, and I blend it out. I'm gonna just blend this out until I like the way it looks. I sometimes don't blend it out completely because I want the highlight to be really out there. So sometimes I just leave it a little bit unblended, but make sure that the edges are blended and that they blend in with your foundation. That's the most important, otherwise you'll look cray-cray. You don't wanna look cray-cray. Then we're gonna set this using my Stay Matte powder. This is in the color Peach Glow. It's in 003. And I use the same brush as I use when I apply my face powder, just because the Peach Glow is a little bit too light for me. So the product that's left on the brush will just kind of even out the color. Then we're gonna just touch up the bottom part using our pencil brush, and we're gonna be taking Sable again and just making sure we have it nice and smoked up. Ooh! I messed up. Merp! Merp! Ah, the sun is back. Okay, so we're gonna take Sable again and we're gonna apply that on the bottom lash line, just smoking it out. And that's just gonna really balance out those heavy lashes. We're gonna move on to blush and everything like that. We're gonna take Hoola by Benefit. Woo! Did I drop? Oh. I'm gonna take Hoola by Benefit, and I'm gonna be applying that with my Sedona Lace FB05, which is a nice contouring brush. Nothing new because I use this every day. And I take some on this side of the brush, and I like to apply quite harsh contouring line just on the under the cheekbone, obviously. And I hold my brush at the end just because then your hand is not as heavy. The closer to the actual hairs that you hold your hand, the more the more powder you're gonna put on your face. And at the end, I will move closer to the hairs just to blend it out, because then you have a lot more control. And I'm just grabbing little product. It's better to just build up the product, so you take little by little and then you build the product up. I'm gonna apply it on my temples. Then after you apply that, you're gonna take a blush. I have two blushes which I use all the time, which is Melba and Gingerly. It just depends on the mood. I think I'm gonna be using Gingerly today. I've just been loving this color. I use it every day. I want to get more colors because I just love MAC blushes. They're amazing and they last all day, and that's the reason I love them so much. And I do apply with my Real Techniques cheek brush. Grab some product, tap off the excess, and then just apply right above the contour, like so. The good thing with this blush is that it makes you look very tanned. So it's perfect for the winter when our faces just don't want to be tanned. Then we're gonna take our highlighter. I'm using, as always, the Mary Louminizer by the Balm. I just think this is the best highlighter out there right now, so I don't have any plans buying a new one if I'm very happy with this one. And I'm applying it in a C shape. What you should think about when you contour and highlight is that when you contour, you should apply it in a 3 formation. So you apply it on your forehead, on your cheek, and under your chin. When you highlight, you use the C formation, which is just on top of your brow and then going onto your cheekbone. And that's just the easiest way. That's how I remember it. Like that. And I don't know why I do it in this order, because I always do my eyebrows first, but then I wait to finish them until the end because I really want the product to have set before I start going in with it so I don't move it. So I'm just going to take my spoolie now and just brush out my brows and to blend the product. And then lastly, I'm going to take my Loreal Brow Artist Plumper. This is in clear. They have it in different colors. I really want to try the lighter color for my brows, just maybe to add some more color to the brows. but this works for now. Lastly, for the lips, I'm gonna be using Boldly Bare by MAC. This is a really nice color for nude lipsticks. And I'm just gonna line my lips. And then I'm gonna lightly fill it in. So for lipstick, we're gonna be using Myth by MAC, which is my favorite nude. And we're applying that in the middle. And we're gonna try to blend it as well as possible with the lip liner. Just go in, and this is my best tips. If you do feel like your lip liner and your lipstick isn't blending as well as you want, just go back in with the lip liner and kind of blend it using that. So that is the finished look.